Hi everyone, welcome to Swaksha Spectrum. Halloween is just around the corner, so I thought I would do something Halloween related and spooky. So that's why we're at the pumpkin farm today, and as you can tell, it's quite large and it goes on and on for kilometers. So we're going to be picking a pumpkin today to carve. So this is the pumpkin patch in which we're going to be picking our pumpkins. And at the back we have some smaller pumpkins. And now I'm just looking for a pumpkin that would be good to carve. So I like this pumpkin, and now I'm just taking a knife and cutting the stem. I struggled a bit to cut the stem off, but I managed to cut it off. Also, it was extremely heavy, so I was also struggling to hold it up. So there is also quite a lot of these pimpled pumpkins, and for whatever reason I really liked these pimpled pumpkins and I really wanted one, so I also cut a pimpled pumpkin. And the pumpkin that I'm going to be carving today is what I've named Jack. And now I'm just drawing the outline for the design of my pumpkin. So I decided to draw something a little spooky. And now I'm just outlining the top so I know where to cut. And finally, I'm just adding some teeth. And here is my pumpkin design all finished. So now I'm taking a knife and starting to cut out the top of the pumpkin. This was a little difficult because the pumpkin was quite hard to cut through and it kept moving around. But I eventually managed to cut the top of the pumpkin. And now it's time to take out the pulp of the pumpkin. So here's the pumpkin after I finished cleaning all of the inside. And now that we've done all of that, we can finally start actually carving the pumpkin. So I'm starting off by carving the eye. I also struggled to cut this eye out because it was really small, and that's why I had to split it up into little sections and then cut. I finally managed to cut the first part of the eye out. And I also got the second part of the eye out easily. And then the rest of the eye was quite easy to take out. Here are both of the eyes after I finished cutting them. And now it's time for the nose. I struggled a bit on the nose because it was quite curved and difficult to cut. But near the end it got easier and I managed to cut it out. And now it's time for the mouth. So the teeth were quite difficult because there were so many of them and the gap between them was quite small, so it was difficult to cut them out perfectly. So here it is after I finished cutting out all the teeth. And now I'm just scraping out the top layer of the eye to create some texture. And I also decided to do that for all of the teeth, which again took quite a long time. And here it is after all the teeth have been finished. It turned out really cool. And finally now I'm just cutting the scars near the eyes. So I finished all the carving now, and here's what it looks like after everything's been carved. It looks pretty spooky so far. And finally, I'm just wiping away all the marker lines that I drew from before. And I'm also giving him some pupils so that he looks a little more scary. And here is the finished pumpkin. It turned out really cool and spooky, and I'm really happy with the end result. And here's what it looks like when I put a light in it and in the night. That's the end of this video. Both me and the pumpkin look very spooky. And happy Halloween to everyone. I hope you all enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Till then, bye.